Panasonic Toyota Racing's successful 2008 campaign continues. One important factor is never far from team members' minds. Safety is a priority, from the design of the TF108 through to the driver's equipment and operations of the track. Of course, accidents do happen in Formula One, but it's important that drivers suffer no ill effects. A good example this season saw Timo Glock finishing second in Hungary despite an accident in the previous race in Hockenheim.
You don't really think about when you crash, if you have any problems afterward. I mean, you jump in the car and you're every time in a good, safe feeling.
Driver safety starts with the clothes he wears. Alpine Star's overalls, underwear and gloves made from fireproof, ultra-strong, aromatic polyamide fabric. The driving suits are made in a 3-layer sandwich of flame-proof, fire-retardant materials, allowing driver protection for up to 11 seconds. To ensure full protection, even the seams on the Alpine Star's overalls have to withstand a 30-kilogram strength test. After the fireproof clothing comes the helmet. Constructed from carbon fiber and polyethylene, a Formula One helmet weighs just 1.25 kilos. Lightness is important because under extreme G-forces, the weight of a helmet is multiplied by as much as 5 times. Attached to the helmet is the head and neck support, or HANS device. This carbon fiber restraint is mandatory in Formula One and restricts potentially dangerous head movements in heavy impacts.
The HANS device was studied in order to prevent any cervical trauma in case of a big deceleration, a frontal accident, to reduce the risk of a damage, a critical damage on the neck spinal area. And we have to say that until now, we think Hans did a good job.
When the driver is kitted out, he sits inside the TF108's cockpit, which is a safety feature in itself.
The survival cell is in fact what we call the monocoque. It's a structure which has to be the strongest structure in the car, in fact, which encloses the cockpit where the driver sits and the fuel tank which is immediately behind the driver.
A recent safety advance has been the introduction of high cockpit sides to protect the driver's head and limit sideways movement during an accident.
This cockpit padding is made of a very special foam, which is there, of course, to absorb the energy of the driver helmet. The characteristic of this foam is temperature dependent. So, according to the ambient temperature, 1 hour before a session, either a test session or a race, we are informed by the FIA about the type of foam we have to use.
This means that the team must bring different foam configurations to each event. Once inside the TF108 cockpit, the driver is tightly strapped in with a 6-point Takata safety harness. 2 belts go over the shoulders, 2 around the waist, 2 on the upper legs, and they're locked in one buckle. The Takata seat belts are able to withstand a load of 1.5 tons, ensuring the driver is fully protected inside the survival cell at all times. What other protection does the TF108 offer? Another example is the rollover structure.
The helmet of the driver has to be below a line joining these 2 structures for obvious reasons. If the cars roll over, we don't want the head of the driver to hit the ground.
These safety structures are paramount when each new car is designed, with safety, of course, a key priority at Panasonic Toyota Racing. Here, safety structures are modelled and virtually loaded with impact forces. These simulations allow the structural engineers to work with the designers on how best to improve the parts for weight and safety. From simulation to reality, and the components are subjected to stringent FIA crash procedures. Each of the primary crash structures, nose, side, and rear, is designed to protect the driver by dissipating energy. In related research, the Toyota Motor Corporation in Japan has been working with the FIA Institute to reduce the risks to drivers in the event of an accident. Using Toyota's Total Human Model for Safety, or THUMS, tests have been carried out to understand the effect of heavy impacts on the human body. The resulting crash structures will give drivers even better protection. From the tethers designed to keep wheels attached to the car, even in an accident, to the immensely strong carbon fiber sheets that protect the cockpit from side intrusion, Panasonic Toyota Racing has an unwavering commitment to F1 safety.
Safety is obviously our first criterion, and it led us to add, in fact, safety procedure to our part design and operation process. It means that on top of the FIA imposed criteria, we have added our own criteria. So if we satisfy the FIA test and we guarantee the reliability and the repeatability of the major safety component of the car, we do guarantee a maximum safety for our drivers.
As Jarno Trulli and Timo Glock prepare for battle in the final 6 races of the season, they do so knowing that for Panasonic Toyota Racing, safety will always come first.